Any board comments or questions?
Yes. I have issues with these ERDA developments because it's very difficult to tell the property owners across Montgomery County that have been whacked with a 21% tax increase over the course of 2 years that we're authorizing tax abatements to developers. And I don't think that's fair to the average resident that's faced with that burden. And what I've noticed is there's a pattern that the developers involved with these tax abatement proposals are also campaign contributors to at least one of my colleagues here on the board. And it's been a pattern. And if you look back, here we have this development here in Norristown. We have a representative from Elon Development. I don't believe Brett Altman is here from the Altman Group, but the owner of Glenside Partners, who is at the same address as your company, have been donated thousands of dollars to Commissioner Arkush over the recent years. Then February 2nd was our last vote for Alerta, and that was in Hatboro with the developer Kevin Silverang. And he's the landlord of the Human Services building that the county rents here in Norristown, who reaped the benefits of the Sweetheart sales leaseback agreement, where the county sold Silverang the building for $17.5 million, and then we pay Silverang $35 million in rent over 15 years, and that rent has even gone up. And Silverang is also a contributor to Commissioner Arkush over the recent years. And I think maybe that's an isolated incident, that there's a conflict of interest, but there's a pattern. Then you go to 770 Sandy Street. We voted on that on December 1st. That was a Westrom Development Company. As far as I know, that developer hasn't made campaign contributions, but the solicitor for Norristown has made thousands of dollars of campaign contributions to Commissioner Arkush in recent years. And he came to the meeting on December 1st and got up and said, we have to vote on this today or the project will go wayside, we have to do it today. Then you see the same problem with our housing action plans, the HUD housing action plans. Last year I was very critical of the North Hills Manor project that Penrose Properties developed. Again, a very big contributor of Commissioner Arkush in recent years. That company I brought up because I noticed that the price per unit was nearly $400,000 per unit in Upper Dublin Township for low-income housing, which is outrageous. We just had a presentation on residential trends. That's far too costly. And then I noticed that they made campaign contributions. And Penrose Properties was also subpoenaed by the FBI last year for an investigation involving pay-to-play politics with Allentown officials. Then if you go back into history, in 2013, you see the White Marsh Villas development in White Marsh Township with Roisman Development Company. On April 22nd, Israel Roisman, who is the president and CEO of Roisman Development, donated $25,000 to former Commissioner Josh Shapiro's campaign committee. And then 2 days later, on April 4th, in 2013, the board voted to provide Roisman Development Incorporation with nearly $1 million from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund to develop that property in White Marsh Township. So it seems that there's a self-serving way of operating in Montgomery County. In that case, if you give Josh Shapiro, the former commissioner, $25,000 on a Tuesday, on Thursday you're awarded nearly $1 million of tax dollars. And since Shapiro's campaign account has been open, Israel Roisman and his family have donated over $136,000 to his campaign. So these aren't isolated incidents. This is a pattern dating back to 2013, and I just gave a rundown of today's and Norristown's contributions. February 2nd in Hatboro with Silverang, contributions. December 1st with the Western Development Company, the solicitor of Norristown, Michael Clark, giving contributions. And that one, the county forgave about $40,000 in taxes, and the school district and the municipality forgave more than $750,000. So that one we forgave back taxes and then also gave a tax abatement. Then we have the what I see as pay-to-play politics involving the Housing Authority's action plan with North Hills Manor, White Marsh Villas. It keeps going on and on. So I feel as a minority commissioner, I have a moral obligation to point out this shameful behavior. I think it's wrong. I don't think it's fair to the average citizen that's burdened with a 21% tax increase over 2 years, and it has to stop. I certainly hope moving forward it has to stop. This is a way to help local business grow, and it's being abused, and it's time and time again. The prior administration did it, abused the process, and it's being abused again with this administration. And moving forward, I certainly hope that developers and solicitors and municipalities are no longer involved with providing campaign contributions and then having the nerve to ask for a tax abatement. I hope it stops. No further comments.
Commissioner Gale, first of all, I resent your insinuation that there's any kind of pay-to-play going on here. I categorically reject that accusation, and it just points out how little you understand this process. So if you're implying that campaign contributions to me somehow influence the vote of the entire Norristown School Board, the entire Norristown Borough Council, you just simply don't understand how this process works.
Okay, well, I think you should understand. You tell a senior citizen in East Norriton or West Norriton or Norristown, the municipality of Norristown, that are hit with these tax increases because of the mismanagement of finances from this administration, that, yeah, these developers are getting tax abatements, yet you're on the hook. That's a very hard pill to swallow for them, especially when you just have to explain that in 10 years you'll ultimately find the benefit.
Perhaps, again, you don't understand how this process works.
I fully understand.
So again, I don't think you understand this process. I don't think you understand what it means to be a commissioner that looks forward in terms of doing the best for Montgomery County. We heard extensive information today about all the good economic news here in this county, and it's because we're doing forward-looking projects like this that put brand new properties onto blighted areas that will pay off for years to come.
And you totally avoid the fact that they've made contributions to your campaign account.
People have made contributions to my campaign. I'm the chair of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. It is completely understandable that people choose to give to my campaign.
And why is that? Why is it when it's specific projects, they are looking for outside influence? That's what it is. And I'm not part of that.
Perhaps they like the way this county's being run, which is not something that you have contributed to. All you do is sit here and throw stones at people. These individuals may have decided that they think that this county is moving in the right direction.
Well, I think it's healthy at this point to throw some stones because the public should be aware of the type of campaign contributions that are being received by you for these that are developing these same projects. And it's not one isolated incident.
Okay, stop right there. These are not contributions that are tied to projects. Again, I categorically reject that assertion and that suggestion. These are individuals who, for whatever reasons, and you should ask them why they're contributing, but they are in no way tied to any vote that I have taken as commissioner. And again, I categorically reject any kind of accusation like that.
Well, it's bizarre that every single project, today's February 2nd,
you are lumping
December,
me into projects from years ago when I wasn't even a commissioner. So again, you haven't really done your
You were
homework.
here February 2nd. You were here December 1st. You're here today. You were here last year with North Hills Manor. You weren't here for White Marsh Villas. Well, you've certainly carried on that legacy.
All right. Any public comment?
I'll make one more comment. I see there's a few members of the media here today. What we do is we leave this board meeting, we go behind a closed door, and we have a press conference, and it turns into a big debate when there's subjects like this. So I say what I want to say publicly at the public meeting. And for the members of the media, if you feel free to contact me after the meeting, but I'm not going to get into a debate behind a closed door after this meeting.
All right, any other comments? All right, do we need a roll call vote?
Yes.
Okay, so could we request a roll call vote, please?
Chair Arbush,
Aye.
Vice Chair Lawrence,
Aye.
Commissioner Gale,
Opposed?
Motion carries, thank you. All right, Mr. Satsiziak, a bridge.
Okay, in other news,
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Is Marie back there? Can you hear me? All right. Thanks. I know, but I will say that she's short. Thank you all so much for coming here tonight to support support Jason, who is part of our county family. We have a great team here. Most of them are here tonight with our row officers, and we're honored to work for all of you and serve you as best we can as your leadership in Montgomery County. We are going to win a lot of seats that we have never held before. I want to thank all of our brothers and sisters from labor that are here tonight because they are part of that workforce that's going to help us get that done. So thanks to all of you for being here.